Judge or judge not. You choose. May 31, 2014. How true is it, dear hearts, that one of the very first things you do when you meet someone new for the first time, you judge them. Judging someone based on their appearance is what leads to so many dear souls making wrong judgments and false assumptions. On a first-time meeting, there is no conclusive information telling you who this person is, what he or she believes, or what their values are. All you are basing your judgment on is what you can see externally. The first time you meet and interact with someone new, it's how they dress, talk, possibly walk, and other superficial observations that you look at. An observation will help you form a judgment or opinion, regardless if that judgment is correct or not about the person you are interacting with. Many times we have observed quiet people being considered as arrogant and sometimes rude. A person who has the ability to sweet-talk anyone to do what they want is thought of as being good, but these kinds of judgments don't speak of who that person is on the inside. Some of the most compassionate people of your time were not influentially wealthy. They dressed in common clothes like the people they served. The exterior of a person doesn't speak of what is going on from the inside. To judge someone based on their appearance is not allowing yourself to truly know this new person, because you've already cultivated an impression of them regardless if the impression is accurate. Dear hearts, it is truly not possible to fully understand someone just after a few minutes after meeting them. Yes, you can tell that they are well-groomed or not, yes, they may be clean or not, or have good manners or none at all. But these observations do not describe how that person thinks. They do not necessarily tell the story of this new person, of any hardships they had to endure, of any loss they have suffered. Judging someone on their appearances is often very misleading. Here is a question for you to consider, dear ones. When you see a man standing beside you, despite his age, can you determine without talking to him, from his exterior, if he is a genuine gentleman or someone whose trait is deception? You perceive a gentleman to wear certain attire, but clothes alone does not create a gentleman out of a man. He may be wearing a suit and look respectful, but that man in the suit could be the deceiving one pretending to be someone else, conning you into believing his false image. How a person presents themselves doesn't speak remotely close to what their characteristics are, what they like or don't like. In truth, the outer appearance tells you little about the person underneath the clothes that covers their body. If you think about any past relationships, platonic or romantic, that could have been diverted or saved, if you took the time to get to know more of the person first instead of judging them by how they presented themselves. This way of thinking can also be applied to business transactions, fraud and other negative behavior. You cannot tell if the person you meet is trustful and honest by one simple meeting or interaction. Can you imagine how much different the world would be, dear hearts, if you never had this built-in instinct to judge other people based on their appearance? We encourage you to think about this. Think about how it would be if you could never ever judge anyone due to their appearance. Think what the advantage or disadvantage could be. Do you think there would be more advantages than disadvantages? Thankfully, you still have the power to not judge someone by their appearance, and you can thank God for giving you the ability to make sound decisions and choices, even the choice to not judge. We know you have been told that it is wrong to judge another person, especially if you don't know them, or of the journey they have walked thus far. Have you ever pondered why it could be wrong, or of the harm that is done when you practice being judgmental nearly every day? Do you think it is even probable to end this need to judge someone solely based on their appearance? Judging people to judging situations has been existing for a very long time, and your judgments towards a situation that poses a threat, for the most part, was usually correct. If you saw an angry or hungry lion rushing towards you or stalking a village, you would instantly know this is a dangerous situation. When you see dark clouds forming, you can easily assume it's going to rain. Judging a situation such as these examples are much easier and different to when you judge others, your fellow brothers and sisters of God. With situations, you tune into your hearing, your sense of smell and other senses that don't always get used. And a situation is larger, more obvious as they don't wear clothes that mask their form or harm, such as impending weather disasters, the rumbling and shaking of the earth, or of the forests that often become filled with fire in late summer. Even in your modern world, you are still able to judge situations that are going on around you, from busy car horns, to rushing police or ambulance sirens. So if you are able to judge a situation like these, why is it so hard for you to judge another person just as accurately? What has happened, dear ones, is that a certain class of dress has attached certain stigma to them. You consider someone wearing a uniform that serves your city or community to be automatically friendly, trustworthy, and protective and safe, whereas if you see a local beggar, you automatically determine them to be dishonest and unfriendly, someone that might harm you. You have every right to instantly assume that the people that serve your city are what you think of them as, but remember, underneath their uniforms doesn't mean they are. Is there a solution or a fix to judging others based on their appearance? If judging is what you still are drawn to doing, is it not possible to be respectful instead? You have the ability to choose. You can choose to judge someone based on their appearance, or you can choose to respect them for what you see so far. Remember, dear heart, it makes little difference how a person looks, or how hard they may have tried to make themselves into someone or something else. When you are just meeting someone for the first time, act towards the new person's own actions instead of by their appearance. Regardless if the new person you are talking to is pretty, handsome, tall, short, obese, slim, well-groomed, or wearing dirty clothes, treat them equally, observe their actions and let their actions speak, not their appearance. This method will help guide you towards people you resonate with and will give you the clarity you deserve. You'll always be amazed by the wisdom that is found where you least expect it. The beggar could become one of the wisest people you ever met. Make an honest effort to not judge your fellow brothers and sisters of God because of their clothes. Judge them by their actions, by what moves their heart and stirs their soul. And if you have not learned this, then simply give them the respect that each person deserves. Give yourself time, dear hearts, to consider if there are any positive benefits to you or for the other person to be judged based on their appearance. As always, it is a pleasure to speak through this chosen vessel for all of you. Know, dear hearts, that wherever you are, I too am there. So when you are unsure of what to do, lean into my energy and I will guide you through your precious heart. Where you are right now, regardless if it is raining, snowing, windy or sunny, I wish each dear soul a wonderful and positive day. I am Archangel Sandalphon through Julie Miller. spiritualnetworks.com